bienvenue on iKeysRacing, on the circuit de Dijon-Prenois. Merci beaucoup. Bonsoir, bonjour, Marco or Marco from ciao. Marco from iKeysRacing channel. Ciao to everybody. Welcome back on the circuit of Dijon, where in 1979, this version, there was the beautiful duel between René Arnoux and Gilles Villeneuve, driving respectively Renault Turbo and Ferrari flat V12 boxer, naturally aspirated engine, a battle that maybe will stay with us forever in our memories, at least for who like me was almost not yet born back then, or I was so a tiny insignificant average Italian that at the end, just through my father, I've discovered years later that beautiful duel. But if in maybe one day we will drive this circuit with a Formula 1 car, but today we are here for the appointment number 3 of the WTCC, so World Touring Car Championship, trying to recreate the 1987 season, and after what was the Monza debut, the Jarama second appointment, we did Italy, we did Spain, now we go in France to try to beat the Ford Sierras, because Ford is absolutely dominating the ranking, and so it's time to counterattack altogether against Ford, not because we hate Ford, we do love Ford, but for the sake of the balance of performance, that in my view is the balance of presence. As soon as you become too dominant, you reduce the number of cars available, up to the point that if it will be an issue, some races maybe we will not race with the presence of the dominating team jumping one shift, if I can say so. And so I think that after a couple of corners with a Mercedes E190, it's time to go on the cars selection. For today, still 36 slots like in the Jarama appointment. I've just fine-tuned some liveries not seen before, some others never seen will come up very easily in the next appointments. But for today, let's have a quick look to the 36 starters, the car that we are going to drive, and then one-shot qualifying, and then a 30 minutes quick race. So with this episode published and the previous one of the Targa Florio, at least you don't have to take holidays or book holidays with your employer to watch a video from iKeysRacing channel. Maybe in the future we will create a poll to understand if do you prefer some particular length of races, if you want a full race or just highlights here and there. But like we say in Italy, bando alle ciance, that does mean more or less translated, let's ban chatting, useless chatting. Let's go on track and before on car selection. See you there. Ciao. Cars selection. We start with the D1 class category with the only 2 Toyota Corollas coupe in French. For the division number 2, we will have 4 Alfa Romeo 75, the number 44 of the Dixie Sport, the 45, the official Alfa Corse number 76, and the 79 Albatec Alfa Romeo. BMW will bring 5 M3 models to counterattack Ford that will be reduced by 1 unit, especially with the Sierra model. We will have again the Schnitzer Motorsport number 40, the BMW Motorsport 41 or BMW, the Italian CBM Sport, Bigazzi team with the Marlboro sponsored, and added today the 46 Schnitzer Motorsport. As I said, Ford is dominating this classification, this ranking, so starting from this race there will be an Eggenberger single motorsport entry with the other of the privateer Andy Rouse Engineering. The Maserati, the beautiful B-Turbo model driven in the previous Jarama appointment, back to Pro Team Italia in Berti. Mercedes will add 1 unit after the Écurie Motul Nogaro team number 55. We will have the 57 again of the Marco AMG Equipe and the Racing Service International 58. Nissan will bring again two Skyline DR30. Here we are. The Class 2 Division 2 category will have, as you have seen in the cover, the Volvo 240T Turbo model with 4 entries. The first 3 are privateers, the 20, the 29, sponsored by Nordica, and the 30, and then not a single privateer entry but a private team, not a back factory one, the CMS Sweden. As you have seen, we will drive in the cover the number 20 with a 2.1 liters, 2 valves per cylinder, on-head cam, a big Garrett turbo with water injection turbine that will give a 340 horsepower on a weight of more than 1,300 kilograms. Division 3 that we will race anyway at least once in the 11 appointments, 2 private entries for the Alfa GTV, number 57 and 75 respectively, PYE and Ignis sponsoring. Back then it was easy to grab a single sponsor and dispute and race all the season. BMW, 2 models again of the 635 production car, the Bavaria Automobiles and the Garage du Bac, that are both liveries not seen before today. Ford Mustang, just 1 for the Cycle Motorsport, so we will have just 3 Ford participating today. Holden Commodore will have again the Petrotech number 3, the HDT Rothmans sponsored of Alan Moffat. Formula Investment we have seen in the previous Harama appointment, and a new added with Playboy sponsorship, quite nice, Geron in Racing. Rover will bring the 2 SDI models with a private entry for the triplex sponsored together with Esso, and again the Zeus Computer Racing, to finish with the Toyota Supra Turbo with the original 14 and 15 numbered Bastos Toyota team. Back to our Volvo 240, we will race 30 minutes on the Circuit de Dijon, 35 contenders, 100% strength, aggression real. Let's go! I forgot to say that the version is the Formula 1 GPC 1979 package with 36 slots. Okay, waiting for the start of qualification number 2, we have an incredible top lap of 129.5 from the Ford Mustang of the Schio Cycle, then the 2 Ford Sierras still there, 31.3, 31.4, respectively Steve Soper, Philip Strife and Tassen Andy Rouse, BMW E30 not far, then from 32 onwards there are, from position number 5 up to 20, so there are 15 cars in a second. Will be quite tough to enter in the top 20 today, but we will try. There is also Super Volvo 240 in position number 8, that is our, I would say, teammate for today to be beaten, but much better, the Gramberg 2-Lock running at 32.2. Okay, I hope to not make a poor performance. I will have just one single shot. In the back I don't see anything in particular, so let's get on our Volvo 240 Turbo Saloon family car, and let's hope at least to clinch a 32.8.7. To do it, let's load the car setup I have prepared. We will have just 4 laps just to try a tentative. This is the page number 1. As usual, you can watch it, save it, try it at home without any problem. This time I would say I've just fine-tuned what was the front anti-roll bar and the rear anti-roll bar to make the car corner a bit, because the front engine has a lot of weight and the majority of weight is there, but with the rear axle pushing the car from a traction point of view I needed to swing a bit, so while pushing the throttle to the floor I've chosen for an almost open 3/4 open differential, while instead coasting I needed the car to avoid to swing with the back, and so it's almost closed by 3/4. Suspensions and bumpers and so on, springs, etc. are this figure. That is a comfortable one. So let's go on track and let's try to figure out what we can do. As usual, welcome on board. This is the Volvo 240, a nice car, I would say. Yes, obviously it's a family one, so not really a sportive car, but I must admit it is enjoyable to be driven. So let's go to see if it is also a performing one. Obviously, let me know if you do prefer the rear mirror virtual, or if we have to go back to the real ones. They are both available but not together, so maybe we will open a poll sooner or later. I love polls. And main straight will happen also to appear a circuit map with corners names, just to cut a bit and avoid to lose time with just telling and telling. I know I talk too much. Ooh, touched. Good. Okay, let's say that I give up on this lap, right? So we will continue to just warm up tires. Bit of understeer. Oh, P4, second row. Wow, I was hoping for a 32 something. Wow, we are in the top 5. I mean, the skill cycle, it's impossible to catch because it runs, they run almost 2 seconds quicker, so also in the race will be impossible to beat them. But we can aim maybe to have a spot on the podium. At the end we did what? Third in, I don't remember, third or second in Monza, I don't remember. But you know, for 2 times we have started very far from what was the top positions. Yes, they were 2 cars not really super competitive. Sorry, let me avoid to cut. Okay. To the contenders. we didn't drive two competitive cars before this one, so maybe we can play. I just wonder, I've seen the top left corner with the front left tire running yellow and consuming quite quickly. Maybe the risk is, I don't know, to have a struggling last part. We will see. Anyway, 30 minutes are not a drama, so we will understand better once in the race. So back in the pit, let's finish the qualification, looking at the timing. Hopefully we will keep the P4. Yes, we did it. Good, I'm happy. The first Volvo. The first car close to the three dominating Fords. Quite a challenge to beat them today. And we did get... sorry, let's stop this acceleration. So we are 2 seconds in excess, far from the leader, but very close from a pure performance point of view to the Sierras. The other Volvo got 2.7 seconds of gap, so we are half a second in excess quicker than the second best Volvo, almost 1 second full 9/10, 8/10 to the other Volvo, and definitely 8 full tenths with the other Volvo. No more Volvos around, yes. And so, wow, I like it. I like it very much. At least the car setup seems to be okay. After saving the game, I was only wondering if the front, no, or hard wet or slick compound. So let's hope to save the car and tires as much as possible in a good way. We continue to race. Don't look at this 116 laps. It's just 30 minutes. We reload what was the car setup. We increase up to 35 minutes coverage at least, or maybe too much. Yeah, 55 liters because 50 are. Let's go with 50. 5 minutes of buffer. Maybe it is enough. Wow, I do not remember having ever started so good placed with GTR2. It's true that I do not often do qualification, but not bad. Okay, we should be ready for the start in a couple of seconds. Let's try to warm up brakes. Wanted to react much better, but it's okay. Okay, at least we keep the P4. Maybe if we succeed to stay on track like this. It's P3, the Ford Mustang has been beaten, and maybe we can do this. Oh, I like it, I like it, I like it. Rear end almost going away. Come on, go, 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 go. It's important to get rid of contenders because we have a lot of traction with this car, a decent top speed, but I must be sure to arrive, yes, on the main straight alone possibly, and let them fight, and then maybe there will be the recharge of the Mustang, even if I hope that they will crash so we can run 30 minutes straight and say hello to the company. 2 seconds, 0.5. We got rid of the duel in some way. I will try to not force too much tires because they are soft and they suffer a bit. Almost 5 seconds. We can go, we can go. We can definitely go. Or I've made a mistake. Sorry, a single mistake for the fuel load, or the parameters are in our favor. Almost 5 seconds. I knew it, idiot. Before doing it, I knew it. And now, Marco, get rid of the top speed of this car that has the double of the horsepower of your tiny Volvo. Maybe they are heavier, so we can maybe, I say maybe, take advantage. See? Yes, the handling is much better for us. Go, 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 go. Because then on the main straight they would be much faster. Line. That line, and there is a smoke in the mirrors, so maybe some crashes or touches. The fastest lap on 33. They are there, much closer than I like. Okay. I do not remember if I have some damages. Yes, 6.9 seconds. 6.9 seconds to maybe repair aerodynamics, but we will not pit. Will be a race completely raced from the start to finish. I'm not very clean and very smooth, honestly. And the Ford Mustang also recorded the fastest lap of the race in the previous passage. I don't think we have a threat from the others, given the pace we are keeping. It will be just us and the skill seeker with the Ford Mustang because the crazy power output they have. So they get a lot of advantage over the main straight, but they struggle much more than us while cornering. Unless being the two most heavy cars in this mod. Maybe we will be recatched in the last minutes because of tire consumption. I don't know. Sorry if I'm not the usual YouTuber that treating racing games maybe does a lot of rehearsal. I tend to prefer to be, I would say, more natural, let me say, approaching the rehearsal just for modding, cars selection, car setup, but then I very rarely try a race before recording. I do prefer to have the surprise together with you. It's not like a live streaming, I mean, but it's what I like, so maybe I'm more also spontaneous as I am, and you get what you get, basically. Sorry. I was looking at the gap of the Ford Mustang in second position currently. They had 4.5 seconds before I was approaching the final main straight. At the end of the main straight they were around 3.5 seconds. I'm not sure the race will finish like it is now. Maybe it will be a late photo finish, or a later threat, from the others. 2.8 seconds. We did again the best lap time, 33.5, 33.6, at least a bit consistent. Still keep an eye on the top left corner to see when the small triangle, sorry, the tiny triangle will stop to have a green shade of grip, the external slim triangle, because temperatures are okay, but as you can see the top left corner is giving us sometimes a yellow temperature for the front left corner, front left tire, like now. This means overheating, and so also loss of grip. But I do want to have a bit of advantage gap buffer, because I don't know what will happen after maybe 18 laps, given that in 17 minutes we completed 8 laps. 1.4 second. Obviously it is a compromise between running at my pace as fast as possible or reducing the pace to save tires, but but losing the advantage. They went down to 3.9 now, 4.1. If they have some issues or troubles, we win the race, I'm sure. They are the only reason that keeps us today far from the top of the podium. They did again the best lap time in the last passage. Let's see if we can beat them. No. Very wide, very bad line. Time loss, maybe 1/10. Car is starting to behave violently. Violently. I don't know how to pronounce it. Or the loss of grip is starting to expose the weakness of this heavy saloon car. My goodness, red front left tire with half the race completed and another half to be done. Fuel calculation was correct. We will finish the race with 3 to 5 laps of buffer. But also being lighter, the car should behave a bit better, or at least have a more decent pace. First overlapped car in front, it's the Toyota Corolla D1 division. Should be easy. Yes. Lot of understeer. .1 seconds of advantage over the Ford Mustang, second placed. We can do it, guys and girls, we can do it. .8, they are recovering, not just partially. Oh no Marco, no Marco, no Marco, don't do it. Don't overstress the front left. Also a group of overlapped cars that can absolutely be used, like almost in endurance racing, for creating a sort of wall between you and a contender. Baby, you are in the middle of the road and you are overlapped, come on. A Supra, a Nissan Skyline, a second Nissan Skyline. How many? Are you letting me in? No, thank you. Are you defending what? Type of idiot. Sorry to push you, but come on. You are overlapped. .35, I've lost a lot, but maybe also the contender, the Mustang, because overlapped cars are creating issues to both of us. Hello? Yes, maybe we are behaving much better with overlapped cars. 11 seconds the advantage, so I can maybe start to think to do, let's say, 5 to 6 laps. Maybe I can start to save a bit the weakest part of this car today, that is the front left tire, with no more grip. So I can also lose 1 second per lap, will be not a drama, but the front end from now onwards I feel it's starting to give up, so I cannot be aggressive like I was before. While cornering and entering. Also the rear end is starting to struggle. So, welcome on ice almost, when you have to drive around problems like the loss of grip. Be gentle. Six minutes, 20 seconds to go. .12 seconds of advantage with maybe 4 laps to do. Okay, let's see the lap time, because okay, we will not steal and conquer again the fastest lap time of the race, I think, but I'm still around the 33 something, and in the last lap, in the second part of the track, the second half, I was trying to not push too much. Less than 5 minutes to go, maybe 3 laps. how quick the Maserati is on straights. Baby, tell me where. Two laps to go, I think. One to finish the time, but I will not do the mistake to come on the main straight, cutting the start-finish line with 2 or 3 seconds left, honestly, because it would mean 2 laps added, one because the time was not expired, and one to complete the race. Instead, I want to arrive on the main straight with time expired. That's it. We have 17 seconds and can also break and get a coffee at the petrol station. I mean, I don't care about overlapping everybody, I don't care about scoring mandatory the quickest lap time of race, not with tires in these conditions. (14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 2, come on. 4, 3, 2, 1. Yes, sorry, maybe less, how to say, less Gilles Villeneuve. It would have desired for sure another lap at full throttle, but very consistent. And guys, believe it or not, finally we finish in first position a race, despite you having me driving. Ooh, what a beautiful taste. Just 30 minutes past at the wheel, obviously. 7 laps more covered of fuel. They were not absolutely needed, so I was too cautious, too pragmatic, but not knowing how fuel consumption would have behaved while racing was almost mandatory to be covered and don't and without screwing up. The race strategy with something stupid, knowing how generally I am prone to silliness when I do not take in consideration all the aspects of a race. So here, what is going on? Okay, they find a way to park the car, maybe. Bang. This is the second placed number 26, the Ford Mustang. So, okay, so they will enter like this, like a train. So let's leave them all the possible space to avoid to be crashed. Let's see what they will do. Maybe from television is more funny. Yes, definitely, because it's like in Milan, around the highways around the city, where in the early morning people needs to go to work, to commute, and they do this kind of stuff. Everybody wants to be first in a silly manner. So let's wait a bit the conclusion. I'm so happy to offer you this kind of silly, how to call it, spectacle, simulation, virtual behavior. At least you know I am Italian, but I didn't mod, I didn't touch any tweak, tip or trick on the GDB files of GTR2. I'm just enjoying with you this professional way to go back to the pit and maybe solve some clashes on track in this way. Seems also like our biology tends to bring us to be the first, and that's the reason why we are here today on Earth, because a long time ago we have been first. Anyway, let's go. I don't know if I can do some donuts with this car. Let's see. I'm not sure it will happen. Oh yes. Well, it's a Volvo. Okay, we can just go back to the pit. And maybe wait for the last AlfaRomeo to possibly come to the pit. Let's see. Yes. Reverse. No. Come on. Reverse. Come on. Who is? Franco Barilla. Sorry, Paolo Barilla. And I don't know the other. Franco something. Whatever. So, after also this spectacle of cars fighting for a spot on the pit lane entry, let's celebrate our victory. Doesn't happen very often. All the cars are now recovered in the pit, and allow me to say, like Kimi Raikkonen did after the win, the last win with Ferrari at the Circuit of the Americas. Finally a real victory. So let's continue. Yes, maybe with this graphic. So 30 minutes of race, waited also on the main straight, in a relaxed touring appointment with our car, with the Division 2 car. We beat a Division 3, much heavier but much more powerful, by 20 seconds. So we have built, I think, a bit our advantage in the first laps, when maybe they reached the cliff of tires of grip before us. And now I would say with the start of the overlapping period for the slowest cars, absolutely dramatically changed the result of the gap between each car. And I would say it's the first victory within this season of a non-Ford powered manufactured car. So another decent achievement, also because despite the raw power of the Volvo, one of the most powerful thanks to the turbo technology, the other Volvo is 5th and would have been 4th. Yeah, maybe not close to win. The other Volvo just 11th, and the last one 14th. We have almost reached with 2 or 3 laps more, maybe also to pass these cars. Best lap times. I didn't succeed to still buy 60 hundredths. Really, no, sorry, it's 1 second and 60 hundredths of difference, so no, I was not in the condition to run quicker than this, but I must say I'm quite happy, also because the other thing would be our lap times: 39, 37, 33, 33. Wow, what a constant. If there is an improvement from a driving style point of view, at least with not with Grand Tourers or Formulas, but with Tourers for sure, because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 laps within half a second, more or less, then 2 slower, maybe for overlapped cars, then another 33.5, maybe here another overlapping period, 33.7. I mean, the 33 laps are what I think moments where I was more or less free to race, and the best lap time has been clinched, at least for our car, at lap number 4, so does mean with fresh tires, even if well loaded with fuel. I'm curious about the stunning Ford Mustang that did 42, 34, 34, 33, 35, 34, lap number 7, then dropped a bit here, again 32, then 36, 33. I think here they did give up due to the overlapping cars, but also the last lap was 140. I mean, on purpose I've decelerated in the last meters to get just that lap as raced for the last time. I've lost 4 seconds, but the Mustang was much slower. Okay, the Sierras, just curious, no, they were not in the pace to win today. So would have been a 3rd straight victory for Ford, but not with the Sierra. So maybe we will keep in mind in the future that tracks with long straights and fast corners maybe are more about Ford, Volvo than BMW, Rover and the others. But that's it. So let me throw away my glasses. At this point we'll follow the classification of manufacturers championship updated for what it means within a virtual race game. And thank you very much for watching a short episode, also this one. Thank you very much for bringing me a lot of luckiness today. Right choice of the car, right choice of the car setup, right behaviors during races, and obviously as long as you start much closer to the top of the field, the less you need to fight back from what was the position down close to the slowest cars. And I was wondering if in Monza with the Alfa 75 we arrived 3rd, then maybe 2nd in Jarama, because we needed 1 more lap to catch the car in front of us. Maybe yes, so there's a progression of race classification, not bad, honestly. So a win, it's always a win, whatever the car, whatever the category, whatever the world title. When you win, you do your best, but mainly you do better than all the others, regardless that is a single qualifying session, a single race, or an entire championship. So come on, let's hope to have found a decent soft spot, melting point between undecent results and decent results. I mean, after 2 years and a half of a YouTube racing channel, should be also the moment finally to more or less conquer something from a pure performance point of view. So thank you very much for watching and staying with me, and I hope you will enjoy also this episode. See you very soon with iKeysRacing channel, our racing community, as much as possible doing something great like this very soon. And thank you very much again. Stay very well, stay into keen racing, and see you very soon. Ciao, muchas gracias, arigato, obrigado, dankeschön, merci beaucoup, see you very soon. From Marco from Monza, from iKeysRacing Community Channel. Ciao, that's all. Ciao.